RK's Guyana Free Media presents for human development and national development this message.
Oh, beautiful Guyana, oh my dearest, most beautiful Guyana, my Guyana Eldorado, whither thou? Where are you? What is happening? What are your children, the political powerhouses, the political masters, those who want to control lives and destiny and to usurp power of what, at all cost, regardless of the situation in our country and what it will do to create misery to our people and to our nation. Dearest friends and families in Guyana and around the world, this is RK's Guyana Free Media with a presentation of number 8 on the election fiasco and the madness that prevails in what was a decent and a beautiful land of Guyana. Today I have decided, before I go on to other matters as it develops, to read 3 letters or releases that were published in the media yesterday and today that has to do with the current political situation. One is written by no other than Mr. Joseph Singh, former Brigadier Chief of Staff of the Guyana Armed Forces, the same position that was held before his retirement by the Brigadier President David Arthur Granger. And he wrote a very wonderful, heart-rendering piece on the current stalemate of elections and the manipulation and the trickery and what it will cause to Guyana. The other one is an open letter to the Guyana Police Force by former Commissioner Seelall Persaud, DSM, MBA, advising the police of their duties, as it seems the police has lost their way. Even the leadership, I am disappointed and sad to say. And one letter is from Sir Shridath Ramphal, former head of the CARICOM and Commonwealth, and who is looked upon with great respect and dignity in the diplomatic community and generally around the world. So I start off with giving you a message from Keith Rowley, now the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, our sister country, and who at that time was the opposition leader. This was the message. Anytime a government resorts to blaming the opposition for its failure to deliver on their mandate and their responsibilities to the people, it is a clear sign that they have accepted that they have outlived their usefulness. I repeat, they have outlived their usefulness, and I add, they're creating hate amongst the races and the various peoples of this country, and they're playing with the patience of our citizens. This is Keith Rowley, TT Express, 10th April 2013. First, I'm wondering if Guyana, from what I saw happening recently, and a set of police seems to be particularly trained to harass good citizens and also to play with their minds and to create a look in their face as if they are a terror for people to be afraid. Only yesterday I had to correct a police officer very respectfully at the Artichoke Convention Center when the senior officer was in the guard hut and he was sitting down as I was entering, and I have security guards there as well, but entering in the capacity to visit my guards and also to look at the elections count or recount, as the case may be. And one of them was making the mount so serious and scary, a normally good-looking man, that I politely corrected him when I got in and told him, smile a little bit. You can refuse requests. You can be very firm, but you could smile and you could carry a very beautiful image for the Guyana Police Force, which is always in my heart. The Guyana Police Force is very special and dear to me, and my father was once an acting Assistant Commissioner of Police before his retirement, and he could have been higher had it not been for skullduggery, envies by others in the Guyana Police Force. So my friends and families, I will first of all like to commence by reading the open letter to the Guyana Police Force. My main message to the Guyana Police Force is that you are paid by us. You are hired. The institution of the Commissioner's office is financed by us, the taxpayers, where you have to look upon the righteous and law-abiding citizens and not allow the few misguided ones who want power to manipulate or threaten you or for you of the Commissioner's office and the Commissioner's senior team and the ordinary men and women that make up the Guyana Police Force. The good people must not fear you. It is the bad and the evil people. Do not turn the good majority and work to the behest of the minority who are bent on trickery and evil. And this is my message to you, my friends and families of the RK's Guyana Free Media. This is an open letter to the Commissioner, senior and junior officers, inspectors and other ranks of the Guyana Police Force. As I make this appeal to you, I would like you to know that I am not a member of any political party. My service in the Guyana Police Force for over 33 years has been nothing but professional, and during that time I strive to uphold and maintain the highest values and standards of a professional police force, which includes staying away from political activism and sentiments. I repeat, and sentiments. Our beloved country is now at the edge of a precipice, another step in the direction it was moving since on March 3rd, 2020, at the GCOM Region 4 office in particular, will cause us all to fall over into unimaginable consequences from our own society and the international community that will not only manifest into hardship and suffering for us, but also for our children, elders, and younger relatives, and our relatives of the future. Everything in my heart tells me that the people that socialize in what was a home for me for 33 years do not want this to happen. Unfortunately, we cannot wish it away. My thinking and experiences tell me that anti-democratic action of a few in our society cannot bear fruit without support of the police. My addition, that is why they're using the police as if the police is their private watchdog or compound dogs. Let us not throw our honor to the dogs. Let not the necessity of the public protection against deviance be submerged by outflows of sentimentality. It is on the police that the society must rely for immediate and effective protection of people's constitutional guarantees. Let us not fail them. Let us not fail them. The situation in our country is grave, and as we are aware, political forces and efforts are trying to bring us through have failed over and over. It is left to the police to give life and meaning to the enjoyment of civil rights by the law-abiding members of our society. So it is crucial that you do not act as you did at the Region 4 RO's office and the Arthur Chung Convention Center when you evicted people who had a legal right to be there and who were advancing the protection of rights of the Guyanese people. And may I add that I was there and I saw a human brigade of police officers shoving people out of the place and threatening to arrest and imprison them. Some said they were even terrified for their lives. The faces created a demeanor of scare and fear and even hate, but they complied. End of my part. Let us not deny that every government needs a rigorous police force to protect the rights of its citizens. However, let us understand that in a free regime, the police are employed against the minority opposed to the general good, as well as against abuse and negligence of the authorities. Repeat for emphasis, against abuse and negligence of the authorities. On the other hand, in a tyrannical regime, the police are employed against ordinary, law and abiding people who are delivered into the hands of injustice and impunity. In the latter case, the police force loses its professionalism, independence and control, and the people that suffer include their relatives, friends, and themselves. Is that what we want? Please note that should your actions at the two places I mentioned continue, you will find yourself separated from the community. Such separation will create social distance that will increase the extent to which the force could be controlled and the extent to which the police are seen as visible signs of the government and targeted as such. The society took note of the selective deployment of officers and ranks in the force, as well as the use of excessive force by them. I am aware that our learning and experiences gave us the understanding of the nature of human suffering, as well as the understanding of the moral contradiction of achieving just ends with coercive means. I appeal to you to use these understandings in giving instructions and taking action. I appeal to you to take professional action and save our dear country from a few dissidents. I repeat, my emphasis, my words, very, very few dissidents and power-hungry individuals. My words. Back to Mr. Seelall's conclusion. The society you serve has never been so heavily dependent on you in contemporary times. Be our heroes. Yours sincerely, Seelall Persaud, retired Commissioner of Police, MBA, DSM. This gentleman wrote as a scholar and a total, absolute gentleman, giving guidance to the institution of the Commissioner's Office. Friends and family, the Commissioner's Office is not the Commissioner's Office or owned by the Commissioner of Police of the current moment. The Commissioner's Office or Secretariat is an institution of justice, law enforcement, which stand for goodness and goodwill. Friends and families around the world, I worry for our country. Are we going to turn like Haiti's Tantan Makouts, Papadocs, repressive regime of murder and hate, which at one time would sell blood and kill human beings to sell their bodies to universities around the world for research, and some say for even cannibalism? Are we going to go like that, or are we going to cannibalize the flesh of our people in the form of morality, lack of decency, propounding immorality, and eliminating decency in the Guyana Police Force? Mr. Commissioner of Police, Mr. Sidney James, I predicted that you would have been Commissioner of Police. After a hard time, you became a Commissioner of Police. And I knew it would happen. And I wished you well. And I blessed you. And I honor you. Stop allowing your amazing, powerful Secretariat, the institution of the Commissioner's Secretariat, and your senior officers to be tools of politics, tools of politicians, and becoming a repressive regime. I am always a friend of the Guyana Police Force. I will always be a friend of the police. With these few words by Mr. Seelall Persaud, friends and families around the world, yours truly, me, Haji, brother, Dr. Ocean Khan, wishing you well, wishing our country well, saying farewell, friends.